Hi everyone, I'm reviewing Idle Hand 6 Seam double IPA. This is like their standard double IPA, but they don't make it very often. And it's kind of become a highly revered double IPA in the area. This is, I guess, one of 2 batches they'll be making this entire year. So I definitely wanted to get my hands on some because the Galaxy 6 Seam I had, they released a couple months ago, was really good. And I do like the regular 6 Seam a lot. But apparently this isn't just like an imperialized version of 4 Seam. It is using mostly Mosaic in the hopping and the dry hops, it says on here. Whereas regular 4 Seam is Citra. So I have had this before, and I don't know, I wasn't super impressed. It seemed like those cans, I don't know, they use a mobile canning unit there, and I feel like those cans from like a year ago weren't perfectly packaged or carbonated or filled properly, so it wasn't a perfect batch. It was still pretty good, but I didn't do a review of it, obviously. It's 8.2% alcohol, and a lot of people are probably saying that this is very green because it was canned yesterday, so it's ultra fresh. I haven't been drinking too many ultra fresh double IPAs lately. That's looking pretty good. Not a huge amount of head, but not anemic. And it's very hazy. This was just... Actually, my girlfriend picked it up from the brewery and it was sitting in the car or in the fridge for a few hours, but maybe some of that haze will fall after being in the can for, a week. But that is opaque. That is very hazy, but it's not dark, which is a good sign. It's not murky, it's not brown or gray or any of that stuff. That smells really good. Yep, definitely big on the Mosaic, really peachy. But in a really nice, fresh, real, luscious, actual juicy ripe peach, not like plasticky peach ring. That's what I noticed from a lot of Mosaic hopped beers, especially if they have a yeast strain has some slight, off flavors, savory, weird off flavors. I don't like how that works with Mosaic, but this is smelling really good. Only a hint of some dankness in there. And a little bit of like a creamy vanilla-like note. And it seems like it's going to be a little bitter and a little bit boozy because the intensity of the hop, it just tells me that there's got to be some kind of bitterness in there, whereas I have a lot of these hazy IPAs that I can tell it just smells like candy and fruit, and I'm not getting any resinous quality or dank-like quality. This reminds me of some of the more special Trillium double IPAs, which I guess this is a very special one from Idle Hands because it's kind of rare. And I'm pretty sure they double dry hop this one. I think they double dry hop 4 Seam, so I think these ones are double dry hopped even though they don't even tell you. That's just how they always do it. Ooh, big mouthfeel. And as maybe you'd say it's a little green, I would say that it's just a little bit too chalky in the taste. It'll probably mellow out, but not in an unpleasant way. Very intense flavor. Wow. A little bit of heat. And it does get a little more dank, I'd say, in there. That's more like, not exactly piney, but sappy, I would say. Resinous sap. And it is definitely got some sugary, sweet, juicy qualities, but it's not too sweet. There's some bitterness in there that's very nice that I'm enjoying. It's making it palatable because it would have just been very sweet and all fruit, but this is finishing like a super tropical mixed drink cocktail thing. It's really nice. I like it more than most Mosaic forward double IPAs that I've had recently, I guess. The fuel is it's really full and pretty soft, but there is some kind of astringent bite to it. And it lingers with like a little bit of that plasticky quality that I always get from Mosaic these days. And just a hint of some minerally chalkiness, but I don't think they've overdone it with the added, salts, the calcium chloride and sulfate, because I'm not really tasting it so much that it's distracting from the other flavors. It's still extremely tropical. There's a little bit of grapefruit and orange, more citrus coming out now, but it's still just like a peach and pineapple smoothie with some citrus juice zested in there. Yeah, a little bit limey. It's getting a little bit greener, almost eucalyptus-like notes. Maybe it's just like a very, very light scallion. I used to notice more intense, almost smoky scallion notes from Mosaic in the past, but I feel like Mosaic, the hop itself, has changed a little bit maybe, but also has to do with the way they brew with it. Yeah, if they had used Citra for this, I probably would like it more, but it's really, really well made if you want a very juicy, very dank, very full, sweet, but still kind of bitter, just like everything that people usually want in a New England double IPA. It hits all those notes. I can see why it gets pretty good ratings. I just wish they would do a Citra version of it. It seems like they have a pretty steady source of Citra hops. Why not do a Citra 16? I should get a bunch of people to flood their social media with requests for it, because if they did that, it'd be really good. Or maybe a Galaxy one. I guess they don't get much Galaxy hops at Idle Hands at all. They said this Galaxy 16 was going to be the last Galaxy IPA they have made for like years. Or no, they did Galaxy 14, not 16. But it's really good if you're a huge fan of these intense, in-your-face New England double IPAs, especially with Mosaic hops. I highly recommend this one. I'd give it a 4.25. If it had Citra, I might give it a 4.5, just because it just suits my tastes more. But even if you're like me and you like Citra more than Mosaic, you'll probably still be able to enjoy this beer a lot. Yeah, it's a solid 4.25 plus at least. Thanks, girlfriend, for getting it for me. Bye.